Hi everybody and welcome to this qualifying round guide video for Expert Division in the Koh Hong Resort 9-hole cup with these brand new pin locations. Please give me a thumb up on the guide video if you're enjoying the content here, and make sure you're subscribed as well. If you're new, a very warm welcome to the channel. Check back on Saturday morning for the final round guide as well. That will be coming for you. Loads of drops here, a couple that I didn't drop, but I've made suggestions of tweaks that will help you get them right at pin, all being well. Leave me a comment, let me know how you're getting on, and let me know if you find any tweaks or alternate shot suggestions as well. If you're playing the Thanksgiving tournament next week, we're going to be covering Expert Division throughout the week there as well. So please check back on the channel on a regular basis to find out what else we are uploading. Good luck everybody, here we go with hole number one. Hole number one, I'm going to start off with an eagle. Going to play with APOC and a Kingmaker, 5.8 topspin, 3 bars side spin to the right. APOC 5 and 6 will be half of the red ring inside the rough. Have a look at where the ball guide is pointing if you've got different club levels and therefore different accuracy. Of course, you can use the Thor's hammer as well if you want, as long as you've got 6 bars of topspin or just under. Max plus 10 is the adjustment on this one. Max plus 10, power 3 settings, of course, for me, that is 6.6 rings. Then I'm going to go with half a wall curl to the right, so outer edge of the ball halfway into the wall, so half wall curl to the right and hit perfect. And then it's going to approach the rough here, the ball. Drive distance is going to be around 350 yards. Second shot, we're going to do a fringe check, that is FC on the notepad. So get your bullseye over the fringe line where it meets the green, not the fairway, where the fringe meets the green. Plus 2 is the plus yards displayed. That is going to equate to 70% slider. And we're going to play this one 5% elevation. Adding spin, 1.5 backspin, 2 bars side spin to the right. We're using the right spin to avoid any glitch spots, so we get a nice consistent landing spot to bounce on. Ball guide, tip of the ball guide just before the cup, as you could see there when I was zooming in. And we're going to play plus 2 fringe checks, 70% slider, 5% elevation. Plus 1, you'd be nearer, so it'd be 68% slider. Plus 3, of course, would be 72% slider. More information on using slider on the Academy tutorial homepage. Finally, we're pulling this one over the bullseye. Make sure you do that as well. We've got a tutorial video on that as well if that is a new concept to you. Perfect ball away, falls nicely for an eagle on hole 1. Hole number 2, I'm going to show you quite a daring rough bump. If this isn't for you, please just play a standard bounce down instead. Maybe take a token or 2. I use a precision ball in the video. They are very helpful here. If you've got the same one as me, then use it. If not, you might need to do a ball swap. But I'm using a power 3 ball to find the minimum distance line. So that's what I'm using. Power 3 ball. Minimum distance line. Then we're going to add spin. I want to go with the quarterback, of course, and it's going to be half a bar of backspin, and then we could see there it was just over 1 bar of side spin to the right, and it's the inner ring touching the rough at the P3 min line. I would really advise you to take a token or 2 here just to get a feel for the setup here and put your wind angle tweaks in, because you will need them with par 3s. Also recommended to keep the wind below 8 miles an hour. So ball selection here is going to be key. Like I said, precision 4 takes the edge off the shot. You don't need to use a precision ball, but a great ball may risk missing the rough or getting plugged into the sand. So fair warning, if you don't like the shot, please find an alternative. But if you do fancy it, minimum distance minus 15 elevation. So it is negative elevation. Min minus 15, subject to wind angle tweaks. Hole number 3, first par 5, we're going to go with a Kingmaker. 5.8 topspin, 2 bars side spin to the right. APOC 5 and above will set up at the top of plus 10, and APOC 4 will set up at power 3 max. APOC 5 and 6 will have half the red ring in the rough. If not, add your spin and look at where the ball guide was aiming. Max plus 15, you can see this one has a slight tailwind angle on the adjust, takes us down the plus yards. Slight headwind angle you're going to adjust maybe into overpower with APOC 4, but never with APOC 5 and above. Just before the circle break in overpower, so a few clicks of overpower, you could see just before that circle started to break and hit perfect. Drive distance here, 375. Sometimes you're going to get a little bit of a glitch roll as well, but we've got a your turn plus yards reference on the notepad here, YT. So as soon as your turn comes up, look at the plus yards. +5 in my instance here, and that is going to be an adjustment of 68% slider, 15 elevation. I find the sticky spot there without spin. You could see I could move left or right. The second bounce in the ball guide wasn't really moving much at all. Then I add spin to have the ball guide offset deliberately left of pin. You can see it's pointing in that dark green square column. That's because the crosswind angle here is going to do the rest of the work for us. So pause the video, rewind, take a look at where the ball guide was for reference, but make sure you're in that little sticky spot there. Position may vary and your spin may vary depending on your drive, but for your turn plus yards of 5, 68% slider, 15 elevation, 2.5% per yard. Perfect ball away. Let's see how this one comes in. Bounces on the fairway, now catches the downslope very nicely. Just need to tweak the aim though, so I would just be aiming half a green square to the left because I missed by half a green square to the right. But something for you to work with here on hole number 3. Hole number 4, going to show you a shot with the Grizzly because of the tailwind angle. Half a bar of top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left. Add your spin first, and then we're going to look at the ball guide. Important to zoom in and find the right position here. And I will do that for you now. You want the ball guide to be short of pin as shown, and the tip of it is just inside the dark green square column. So count the number of green squares. It's not on the green very much at all because the tailwind is going to give us a push, but make sure you aim as shown. So add your spin, pause the video, take a look at the ball guide, write down some references. The adjustment here is max +10. Max +10, always nice to keep the wind below 8 miles an hour if you can. I've not tested this in anything above 8.0. So have that in mind. If you've got a wind 4 ball to switch to, that always helps up in expert. Perfect ball away, and the top spin and the left spin takes us very nicely, dropping it right at pin for a lovely hole-in-one, subject to any wind angle tweaks. Quick break here to remind you all of the season finale party stream this Sunday, that is the 20th of November. It's already scheduled. Find it on the channel homepage, set your reminders. It is a brilliant interactive stream. You can submit your feedback. We can have a chat about the last season. There's loads of things to talk about. So register your feedback so that I can take it to the team over at Playdemic to help keep this game really fun and to put some improvements in that you will want to see. Loads to talk about, including Checkpoint Challenge and the tournaments we've been playing on as well. So I'll see you there this coming Sunday in the evening, UK time. Looking forward to it. Hole number 5, going with the Rock and the Kingmaker. I like the Rock here for ball guide and accuracy. Of course, if you want to play aggressive and try and blast it to green, you can. But if not, this may be for you. 3.8 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right. At max distance with the Rock level 8, red ring touching the rough. Rock level 9, that would be at the top of +15 yards. We are then going to adjust max +20 power 3 settings. If you don't have the Rock level 8, you could see here, because we are just down in the plus yards, you could actually try this with the Rock level 7, and then you would have to push up 5 yards after adjusting. If not, you could do the same shot with the APOC or Thor's hammer. Have a look at the second bounce once you've added spin to replicate the position. So max +20, outer wall curl to the right. Hit perfect on this one. Minor greats will be fine, of course, with the excellent accuracy of this club. And we get a drive distance here of 376 yards. Second shot, we're going to go for a rough bump with the sniper. And I'm adding spin first. 2.2 backspin. 3 bars side spin to the right, and then find the position here and look at the tip of the ball guide. It's pointing at the corner of that dark green square. So we're offsetting A couple of green squares short of pin and about a cup to the right. And then we're going to do landing position plus yards for our adjustment. You'll see a small gap between the yellow ring and the rough. Might need to vary your position depending on your drive. For a landing position of +2, the adjustment is 70% slider minus 10% elevation. And let's have a look how this one goes. Catches the rough very nicely. Beware of a great right, that could be an issue here, but it does fall very nicely for the eagle on hole number 5. Par 5 here, hole number 6, going to add spin first with the APOC. And we're going with 5.8 top spin only, setting up at max distance with APOC 5 and above. And then we're looking at the ball guide there. It's favouring the left side of the fairway, second bounce just on the fairway. It's around a ring from the rough with this level of club. But just take a moment to replicate that position. It is a little bit tricky with no ring references because of the wide fairway. Max +20. If you've got APOC 4, then you will need to push up 6 yards after you adjust. Max overpower, slightly slower needle, hit perfect. Great left should be okay. Great right may well risk the rough though. So just bear that in mind. A heavy great right will roll into the rough. Minor great left should be okay, but again, compensate if you think you will be likely to hit a great right or great left. You could always add a little bit of curl. But drive distance is key here. We want to be in range, which is why I go for the max OP approach, albeit with a slightly slower needle. Second shot, we're going to add spin, a couple of bars of top spin, set up with the red ring touching the rough and the ball guide pointing at the hole. But we will want that to stop around a green square short. Then we are using true club distance, so you can also use, of course, it is the same as using landing position, but instead of a set slider value or a specific one, it is true club. So +12 is max with a sniper and a power 3, sniper 10 of course. So +8, 4 yards away from max, you're taking 2.5% slider per yard. So this one is 90% slider, 5% elevation, power 2 settings, and this one just misses to the left. So a little tweak on the aim on that one. You could aim a little bit to the right, or you could correct it with pull angle. The choice is yours, but we're playing true club distance there, 5% elevation, power 2 settings. My recommendation for the second shot. Hole number 7, once again we're going to drive with the rock for the ball guide and accuracy. Blue ring touching the rough at the top of +1 with the rock level 8, top of +0 with the rock level 9. Rock 7 you could use, you will have to set up at the top of +5 though and may adjust into overpower. 4 bars top spin, blue ring touching the rough as I say, and then we're going to adjust max +10, power 3. Rock 7 will adjust into overpower, so have that in mind. You could always set up with the rock and then do a club switch and then adjust if you don't want to go with overpower. We are fine though with this wind strength and wind angle with the rock level 8 and above. And then we're going to take a shot, perfect ball, no curl, no overpower, unless you're adjusting into any overpower of course. Max +10 and the ball trundles down the fairway very nicely. Drive distance here we are looking for around 330 yards. Second shot, we're going to play rings from min. So pack the grizzly, find the minimum distance line, and then push up, counting rings from min. There's 5, and there's a few more. And we're going to get the position with the yellow ring touching the rough. And we're going here with half a bar of backspin, and then the ball guide only just on the right edge of the cup. So I just tweak the backspin amount here and change it to 0.4, so it's a light half a bar of backspin. So 0.4 might need to vary it depending where you are with your landing position, but we want the tip of the ball guide to be on the right edge of the cup. Rings from min, 5% elevation, power 3. Pay attention to the pull angle here. We don't want any accidental pull angle as it may cause you to miss the rough, so be careful on that one. Same with overpower as well. Be careful not to add anything on accidentally. It's 2.5% per yard. Rings from min tables can be found. Golf Clash Rings Bible Got a tutorial on that as well, so find these charts. They're readily available among the community. Join us on Facebook as well, they'll be up there somewhere. Rings from Min, 5% elevation for the eagle. And now we come to hole 8, the very awkward par 3, going with the quarterback, max backspin with quarterback level 10, and find the power 3 min line with the ball guide through the hole once you've added your spin. So P3 min, QB10, max backspin. Ball guide through the hole, adjust min plus 55%. This plays massively downhill. Min plus 55. Minor great left and great right will still hold the green very nicely here. Very, very tough shot to drop though here. Even with the max backspin aggressive route and the quarterback, you will need some wind angle tweaks, but it is so hard to get any consistency on this hole regardless of what shot you're playing. Thankfully, we drop it right at pin there, so it's something to build from. Worst case scenario, you've got yourself a safe birdie on this tough par 3. Hole 9 to finish, we're going to go with the APOC for the drive because of this awkward wind angle might be adjusting into headwind. So 5.8 top spin, 3 left spin, and we're going to set up with the blue ring touching the rough with APOC 5 and 6 at the top of +8. That will be top of +14 with APOC 4, but if you're using APOC 4, 7 or 8, you will have different ring references, so calculate those accordingly or look at the second bounce once spin is added. Max +0 on this one. Max distance, no elevation, half wall curl to the left. Perfect ball away. Bounces nicely on the first fairway over to the second fairway and rolls along around these tree shadows is where you're aiming for. Drive distance around 360 yards. Second shot, we're playing true club distance, so we're going to use plus yardage here. First of all, going to add half a bar of topspin and then finding position here, and I will zoom in, I hope, to give you a better look at this one. Ball guide, we are going to have a look at right now, is pointing to the left edge of the cup. Level with pin, left edge of the cup. Then we're using plus yards, so +5 with sniper 10 is 7 yards away from max, so we're going to adjust this one. 82% slider, 20% elevation. The trees are in the way, so I'm pushing rings 4 at a time. Never great to be pushing rings, always feels a bit weird, so try and be as accurate as you can. Don't worry about the ball guide disappearing because the wind effect will take effect before we get to the tree, so you shouldn't have any issues. Bounces nicely and we drop this for an albatross. If you have a short drive and you're going to adjust into overpower, then I would add more topspin and back up your landing position so that you are not adjusting into overpower. But 20% elevation, true club distance for the albatross there on the second shot. Thank you very much for watching this video about the Koh Hong Resort 9-hole cup here on the channel. Finally, please join us over on Facebook. Search for BK Golf Clash. Join our free group. Over 11,000 members. There is free guides. There is shot sharing. There are discussion points. It's a brilliant opportunity to interact not only with me, but loads of other brilliant members of the community. Ask some questions. If you've got any suggestions or feedback, put them in the group. We have some great discussions there as well. You don't have to chat though. You can just enjoy the free guides and other useful information available on our Facebook group. Good luck everybody. Looking forward to seeing you all over there and on the channel very soon. Take care. Bye for now.